For decades, Eritrea and Italy maintained a relationship shaped by history, memory, and unrealized economic potential. But in 2025, something quietly changed. A new cooperation agreement between Asmara and Rome may not have generated major headlines, yet it could mark the beginning of a significant new chapter. Because this story is not simply about diplomacy. It is about access, access to financing, access to industrial partnerships, access to investment mechanisms, and access to new opportunities emerging in one of the world's most strategic regions, the Red Sea. Today, the Red Sea has become one of the world's most important economic corridors. It connects Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. It carries enormous volumes of global trade. And as competition intensifies, major powers are paying close attention. China is expanding its economic presence. Turkey is increasing regional engagement. The Gulf states continue investing heavily in infrastructure and logistics. Europe is searching for ways to strengthen its position. The race for influence is accelerating, and geography is becoming more valuable than ever. That brings us to Eritrea. Stretching along the Red Sea coastline, Eritrea occupies a strategic location beside one of the busiest maritime routes on Earth. For years, observers have pointed to this geography as one of the country's greatest untapped advantages. But geography alone does not create prosperity. Location creates opportunity. Execution creates results. And that is where Italy's Mattei Plan enters the picture. Many people describe the Mattei Plan as an aid initiative. In reality, it is far more ambitious. The strategy represents Italy's effort to build long-term partnerships across Africa through investment, infrastructure, energy cooperation, and economic development. Named after Enrico Mattei, the founder of Italy's energy company Eni, the plan reflects a simple idea: partnerships should create benefits for both sides. Italy wants stronger economic ties, secure trade routes, growing markets, and reliable strategic partners. For Eritrea, that creates an opportunity. But opportunities alone are never enough. The real challenge is financing. Large-scale economic development depends on capital. And modern financing rarely involves governments simply transferring money. Instead, investment is often supported through export credit agencies, guarantees, insurance programs, development banks, and public-private partnerships. These mechanisms exist to reduce risk. Imagine an Italian company interested in developing a fisheries processing facility in Massawa. Before investing, it will ask important questions. Can the project generate returns? Are regulations predictable? Can risks be managed? Will operations remain sustainable? Without convincing answers, investment often never arrives. This is why export financing matters. Italian institutions can provide guarantees, insurance, and financing support that help make projects more attractive. In many cases, financing becomes the bridge between vision and reality. Without it, ports remain plans, factories remain concepts, industrial zones remain proposals. With it, development can move forward. That means Eritrea must increasingly present itself as more than a strategically located country. It must present itself as a place where commercially viable projects can succeed. That shift is critical. The conversation moves from geography to execution, from potential to performance. Several sectors stand out as possible areas for cooperation. The first is maritime logistics. Massawa and Assab possess significant long-term potential as trade and logistics hubs. Modern ports do far more than handle cargo. They attract businesses, support supply chains, and stimulate economic activity. Italy's expertise in maritime infrastructure makes this a natural area for partnership. The second opportunity is fisheries. The Red Sea contains valuable marine resources, but the greatest value often comes from processing, storage, packaging, and export infrastructure. Building those systems could help transform natural resources into long-term economic growth. Agriculture offers another possibility. Rather than focusing only on raw exports, Eritrea could benefit from greater processing and value-added production. Italian expertise in irrigation, food processing, and agricultural technology could support that effort. Renewable energy is also important. Reliable electricity is essential for manufacturing, logistics, and industrial development. Solar and wind projects could help strengthen the foundation for future growth. Mining infrastructure represents another opportunity. The goal should not simply be exporting raw materials. The greater opportunity lies in creating processing capacity and supporting industries that capture more value domestically. Yet none of these opportunities will succeed through diplomacy alone. They require preparation. Investors need feasibility studies, legal clarity, realistic timelines, and predictable regulations. They need confidence. Perhaps most importantly, they need predictability. Investors can manage risk. What they struggle to manage is uncertainty. Countries that provide clear rules and reliable procedures often attract more investment than countries that rely solely on strategic importance. This does not weaken sovereignty. In many cases, it strengthens it. As these economic discussions continue, the broader geopolitical picture remains impossible to ignore. The Red Sea is becoming a center of global competition. Infrastructure, logistics, ports, and investment are increasingly shaping regional influence. For Eritrea, this creates leverage. But successful countries rarely depend on a single external partner. Instead, they diversify relationships and maintain flexibility. Viewed through that lens, cooperation with Italy should be seen as one part of a broader economic strategy rather than the entire strategy itself. Ultimately, the significance of the 2025 Eritrea-Italy agreement is not measured by immediate investment announcements. Its significance lies in access to financing, access to expertise, access to industrial partnerships, access to investment networks, and access to new economic possibilities. Whether those opportunities are realized will depend on planning, preparation, and execution. If successful, Eritrea could strengthen the role of Massawa and Assab, expand industrial activity, increase exports, and deepen its position within the Red Sea economy. But if those opportunities are not effectively pursued, the agreement risks remaining largely symbolic. That is why the coming years may prove so important. Because the future competition shaping the Red Sea is increasingly being fought through investment, infrastructure, logistics, and industrial development. The countries that successfully transform strategic geography into economic capability will shape the region's future. Eritrea now has an opportunity to do exactly that, and whether it succeeds may become one of the most important economic stories in the Red Sea in the years ahead.